This guy just said he has no pride in this trailer. He doesn't want to stand next to it. Hey, but do you regret like doing what you're doing right now, like taking all these risks and financing all this equipment and stuff, or would you rather work for someone else? So that's 200 grand for 2 pieces of equipment. That is a ton of money.
Yeah, when I saw that one for 200 bucks, I was like, I have to get that. It's 200 bucks. That's like a $5,000 box. There's one video, one guy was complaining, like, you can't call them dumpsters. They're not dumpsters. You have dumpsters on the ground, and this is a dump trailer. It's different. I was like, who cares?
You're like rolling ops doing that homemade build. You did this and his like tarp flew off driving, bent the whole system. For us smaller guys, like we're okay, but you got all these excavators, like 2 excavators, 2 full-size skid steers, mini skid, all these million attachments. Like you definitely can't afford to be slow. I mean, I can't afford to be slow, but like 15 grand for me, that's a busy month. For you, that's breaking even. That's slow, right?
It's slow at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Wide track. Yeah, like it feels so stable. Like I feel like I got a lot more ground presence.
What you do?
What's up, you guys? Andre here with ZbWKwL Trades. I'm visiting some family in California right now, but I'm gonna interview another guy that is in the hauling game, excavator game, and this guy is doing it on a way higher scale than me, and I'm gonna show you guys what he does on daily basis, or at least a sneak peek of it. So this is the man right here. His name's John. How old are you, man?
I'm 34.
And how long you been doing like skid steer work and all this type of like redneck type of work?
It's been about 6 years now.
About 6 years. Was this your first excavator?
No, it's my second.
Second?
My first was a Volvo.
Volvo, okay. So he's got a mini right here, and he's got a full size, but it's on a job site. Same thing. He's got a SVL 75 and 97 or 95?
97.
97. And those things are absolute beasts. But it's good that he doesn't have them home, because that means he's making money. So I'm sure he's happy about that, right?
I'm on jobs right now.
I was hoping that all the equipment would be home, but he almost has like nothing home. Just this one truck, 2 trailers, and what else you got? Oh, a bunch of attachments. We can show them the attachments.
Yeah, got all the attachments here.
This is like every junk hauler's dream right here. Imagine getting a call to remove all these attachments. This is probably like 80 grand. How much do you think?
It's probably around there, yeah.
About there, huh? Any attachment you want, he's got it. He's got a brush cutter that's how much? 20 grand? At this cat brush hog right here, 20 grand, man. Just one attachment. He is playing on a high scale though. But the bigger the risk, the more, bigger the reward, right? Man, too bad you don't have your big machines out here, but. So he's got an SEL 1000. This is actually the reason I met him, because when I was looking to buy a mini skid steer, I was looking at reviews in between the Kubota, Whacker, Bobcat MT100s, and he has some really good videos on this stuff. So if you're looking to buy one, I'll watch his channel and at least get to know this machine pretty good, right? What do you think about it?
It's an okay machine. There's flaws just like everything else, but other than that, it's only cost me $1,000 one time. So other than that, I've only had to replace the joystick and the throttle cable. Everything else was covered under warranty.
So I saw that you made a video saying that you wouldn't buy this machine again. Have you changed your mind since then?
No, I would still probably go with the Ditch Witch. The Kubota is it's too heavy in the back, and it's too tippy. So when you go in and scoop into a pile of dirt, or you're going up a hill, you just can't. You have to go backwards.
That's true. So why is it just too back heavy, you're saying?
Yeah, the back is just super heavy on it. I mean, look at that.
I mean, that's normal though, no?
On the Ditch Witches, they seem to be more even with the weight on it.
Really? And it was the same, like 1,000, like how this is?
I think they were a 750 or something. I haven't gone anything bigger than a 750, SK 750.
Yeah, I know this guy that's running of like STX 160 or CTX 160 by Vermeer, and his is a lot bigger than ours. Like ours are little babies by his. But then I saw like Ditchwood had the SK, what is it called? SKU or what?
I'm not not sure. I just know they have the SK 1500.
Oh yeah, it's SK 3000 or something. Like, that thing is an absolute beast. I'm like, man, this is like a full-size skid steer.
It's huge.
Yeah, but this thing's pretty cool, man. I like it. I mean, really, I went to the Kubota dealership because Whacker is right next to Kubota for me. And I went in there and I asked the sales guy, like, hey, do you guys have any SEL 1000s? He's like, what is that? I'm like, what? And he was like, no, we don't have many skids. And then like, it's weird because then like 2 weeks later, I see them selling the boxers, like the tiny little boxers, kind of what you had the first time when you started. I was like, bro, you guys are Kubota. Why are you selling like tiny little boxers? Because there's like Ag Pro that sells the tiny boxers and then Kubota selling the tiny boxers. I'm like, that makes no sense. Why don't they just sell the SEL 1000s? Because these things are actually pretty cool. A lot of guys run these. Yeah, look at this guy. He's got junk everywhere, but hey, it's not real junk, right? You make money with this stuff. So
Most of it's junk.
most of it is junk. Hey, but you got paid to haul it. Yeah, he's got a lot of junk, but he makes money with this stuff because he can't be messing around like a lot of us can. You know, if we don't have work, we're okay. He needs to make like 15 grand a month to just break even, right? So it's like you need to come up with like, even if like you remove this stuff for free, there's money in it so you can make money, right?
Yeah, he's been debating on selling this compactor, but well, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, because it makes money, huh, when you need it.
When I need to, it'll do the job.
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. Like, for us smaller guys, like, we're okay, but you got all these excavators, like 2 excavators, 2 full-size skid steers, mini skid, all these million attachments. Like, you definitely can't afford to be slow. I mean, I can't afford to be slow, but like 15 grand for me, that's a busy month. For you, that's breaking even. That's slow, right?
It's slow at the time, yeah.
This is one of his toys. This is what you do estimates in, right?
I have, yeah. It's been a good bike. I've owned it for about a year. I paid 9 grand for it. I blew up the motor. I was being an ass on it. I over revved the motor and sunk a valve and destroyed it. But I had it rebuilt for about 3 grand, and it's got a stage 4 kit. The thing's fast now.
Dang, 3 grand, man. Reminds me of my truck. I got a 15K estimate to fix my Cummins, and I just parked it for a month now. So this guy really has it going on right here. Check out this Big Tex dump trailer. This is 22 yards right here. Dually wheels. He's charging it right now because he's got a massive job. He's removing a bunch of dirt, concrete loads, loading it fully down. Unreal. It won't even lift. The reach on this thing, man, dang, that's impressive. This is crazy. Big Tex 22-yard dump trailer, dually, cannot lift a load of dirt. I bet if it was telescopic it'd lift, but I don't even think Big Tex make telescopics. But his F450 is pulling it pretty good. You got this thing brand new. How big are the tires? 18 ply or 14 ply? What'd you say?
I think they're 14 ply or more.
Yeah. Oh, 16 ply, right?
16?
Yeah, 16 PR. So why did you go with a Big Tex? Did you buy it in California?
I bought this in California. I bought it because I was mainly just going to use it for trash, but it's been good for this job that I'm doing with removing the dirt, except if you load it too much, it's not going to dump.
Yeah. I wonder if a telescopic would dump. I think it would, honestly. Just because, like, it doesn't have to lift from under all the way over there, like you said, but, like, in the front, I feel like, yeah, it might be pushing it, but it'll definitely lift more than that scissor, especially loaded down like that, man.
There definitely needs some customizations in the front, because I don't think there's really any room for that scissor hoist in the front. I paid $31,000 for it. I think a little bit too much for the lack of stuff that it came with, because you had to buy the type roller, and that was like $800 for that just itself.
The tarp? $800 for the tarp? I think Top Shelf charges $400 and is the same exact tarp system.
They charge quite a penny at the trailer specialist that I got it from.
California don't mess around, huh?
Everything's expensive here.
Hey, he even had to pay for the solar panel. And like, that sucks, man. It's like you paid 31 grand. You'd assume they'd come with a tarp, battery charger, you know, even hydraulic jacks. I wonder what Top Shelf would sell this thing for, honestly. I'll probably, hey, Top Shelf, if you're watching this, comment, what would you sell this? What specs is this?
20 by 4 by 8.
20 by 4 by 8, and then you got 20K axles, 10K each, right?
10K each, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big boy, man. It's a big old dumpster. Definitely for big boys, not us little guys. We can't haul this stuff around. I mean, you need a CDL for this type of stuff because this is some big boy stuff, huh?
Yeah, I mean the net payload is 17,340 right there.
And you got two 12K jacks, huh?
Yeah, both sides.
Pretty cool. Have you had any issues with them?
The jacks? No, not at all.
Not at all, huh?
But I don't really use this trailer that often, so it mainly sits.
So this guy right here, he's absolutely insane. He removes boats and he just straight up destroys them right here with a big old excavator. That's a small one, but he has an enclosed cab on his big one. What's the full specs on the big one?
The bigger one is 13,000 pound, I think.
Okay, and
it's a KX057.
so he will literally come up here, crush these boats down. Not just boats, he does cars, everything. He does not care. He is pretty savage. That's why I like watching his channel, because it's like you don't see this type of stuff really. And like he posts them. I'm surprised his channel has like, what, 300 subscribers. Pretty underrated, man. I'm surprised. I'm surprised because, bro, this stuff is interesting.
The weak link.
He's got about 2 acres over here in Cali, which is insane for California. If you guys live in Cali, I mean, this is a ton of land. I have less than an acre and I'm in Georgia. I'm really upset with myself because I ended up buying a house that didn't have the land I wanted, so I can run to this extent that he's doing, because my land doesn't have the potential he does. Like, he can literally park as much stuff as he wants. Like, he's got rock, dirt. Yeah, it's kind of messy having it everywhere, but it's not like this forever. I mean, he spreads it out, he either hauls it away or whatever. And it's just like when he needs the equipment, the dump's close, he'll just come dump it here, and then he'll deal with it later because he's got the big boy equipment. He'll load this up in like 5 minutes in his dump trailer with his big SVL 97. He basically got a bunch of wood chips and kind of try to get grass to stop growing, but apparently it's still growing through this stuff, which sucks, right?
Yeah, I was hoping it wouldn't grow up so quick, but it's still growing through it.
So why do you got these bushes right here? Because I just noticed that you have like a whole sprinkler system.
Eventually I want to be able to just have my own fence of plants, just to not have to see my neighbors, because fences are too expensive and these will last a lot longer. That's
true. I mean, as you see, his neighbors got junk everywhere. No, I'm kidding. He's the one with the junk. He's like, what are you talking about? They got clear grass. So he has a Texas Pride dump trailer. This thing is beat to crap, right? I mean, if you look at it, it's got dents everywhere. I don't even know how it's still standing, but is it running 14 ply tires? Yeah, it is, for sure. Yeah, those are big boys.
I think these are more than 14.
More than 14?
I think they're 16 to 18 ply.
Oh yeah, 18 ply. Wow, dude, dang, you're not messing around. You're hauling a lot of concrete and dirt in this thing, huh?
Yeah, I bent the trailer and I broke the frame twice on it.
Yeah, you said you were fixing it the other day, right? What were you fixing? Or is it still broken?
I was fixing the bolt that I broke on the side here.
So you were towing overload and your axle just fell off, huh?
I think there's just a crappy design for this. It's not rated for what they say it is.
Okay, so what is this supposed to be rated for?
It's supposed to be rated at 30K, and it's probably rated for like 20.
20? Yeah, that's crazy, man. So what did you have to pay for this boy?
I paid $16,500 for it.
Yeah, that sounds a lot more reasonable than Big Tex.
Yeah.
But this thing is like not lasting, right?
No, I mean this is broken twice, and you can see the frame is bent because there's a gap between the bed and the actual frame rail.
Yeah.
It's been hammered on, but she still works, still alive.
Yeah, a lot of you Texas guys probably love Texas Pride, and it really is. They look like they're nice trailers and stuff, and really affordable, kind of like top shelf. But I don't know, I guess people that really work the equipment are gonna say that it's way underbuilt and the paint quality sucks. I mean, that's from all the videos I've been watching, that's what people say. And even this guy right here, he definitely uses this thing, and it's not holding up, huh?
No, the paint faded in within a year of having it, and the frame broke after about a year and a half, and it's pretty poor quality, I think. I mean, I've had to add some extra supports that they didn't put on it. Like this whole piece here is 2-piece, and you got that bar in the center. Those were only held together by that bar, so I put a bar underneath to hold everything together. Otherwise, this whole frame is splitting up.
What would be your ideal trailer?
This trailer with I-beam frame with torsion bar suspension instead of the leaf spring design, and I think this trailer would be a lot stronger with the I-beam frame.
So this guy is like a full-on mechanic, so he has cheat codes. He has a welder, he knows how to do all this stuff. Compared to like me, I'm a rookie, I'm still new to this game. I'd be stressing out if my frame snapped in half. So would you like say that you definitely need to be skillful before you buy a trailer like this and actually gonna use it like overloaded and stuff.
That or make enough money where you could just send it to have it fixed or buy a new trailer.
Yeah, that's true, man, because this guy works his equipment. He is not messing around. Like I said, he needs to make 15 grand a month. And if you're just loading this thing, you know, 1 foot, you know, it's hard to be profitable. This guy is pushing it. Like that big Tex, he was loading it almost to the top, full of dirt. It was not lifting this morning, and he loaded in like 15 minutes with his SVL 97. Like that thing is an absolute beast, man. I was like, I have never seen one of those at work like how he works. I mean, this guy was not even playing around. He was like climbing a mountain, scooping it with the 4-in-1 bucket, tossing it straight off the mountain. I'm like, dang. But look at this. He's got a bunch of boats on his property, and this is like what he does. Like if he doesn't have work, he'll go buy a boat. He'll sell the frame, right? Engines, like parts, everything, right?
I picked most of it up for free because it's usually close in town. This, I picked it up. I'm going to sell the motor. I'm just going to rip the boat up, and then I'll sell the trailer.
Yeah.
Sometimes the outdrives are worth something. Sometimes they're just total trash. So you get what you get sometimes.
What do you think you can profit off like picking up a boat like this for free? Because I know sometimes you charge too, right?
Well, I mean, both of these I pretty much picked up for free. So the motor in there, I could probably sell it for $1,000. The motor in that, probably $500. And then crushing the boats up is probably only going to cost about maybe $150 to get rid of the shell, and then I'll sell the trailers for another maybe $400 to $500 each.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's something to just keep the flow going, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Just something to just have there.
Yeah, and it's nice, like, you know, even though you're not making money, because even me, sometimes I make like $80 in a day, just from doing a minimum pickup, but it's nice to at least, you know that you're at least doing something. It sucks not making anything, right?
Yeah, just like the boat up front, I'm going to sell the motor today for $700. That I got off a job, so I'm just going to crush the boat up later and sell the trailer for maybe $600 to $1,200.
See? Not bad. Adds up. Every little bit adds up when you're running around, guys. This guy just said he has no pride in this trailer. He doesn't want to stand next to it. Hey, but do you regret like doing what you're doing right now, like taking all these risks and financing all this equipment and stuff, or would you rather work for someone else?
I mean, I'm glad I did what I did because I was tired of working for everyone else. I've had probably about 15 different jobs. I've worked so many different jobs that I was just over it. So doing this, I wouldn't have all this without being able to work for myself.
That's true. And it's not like you own all the stuff, because really the bank owns it and you're paying on it until it's paid off, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is paid off.
Oh, you paid this one off?
Yeah, this is paid off. The flatbed's paid off. The mini skid and the the mini skid and the excavator are almost paid off. So
almost. So yeah, you have all this equipment, but it's not all yours yet. I mean, really it is on paper, but it's like you're still paying for it every month.
Yeah, if I don't pay for it, it goes away.
But you know, it makes you money, because without this equipment you can't make all this money.
Right.
But what I'm confused about is like, why do you have one mini X, one full-size excavator, and then like a mini skid? I understand that, and I understand like the SVL 75, but then I don't understand why you have a 97 too. It's like, choose one. It's like, why don't you just have the 97 and mini skid and sell the 75?
Each one serves its own purpose. So the SVL 97, I can brush mow, I can move a whole lot more dirt with it quicker. It's faster. The 75, it's lighter weight. I can only do so much with it. The KX057 I basically bought just for demo. That's the only reason I bought it. The U35 I had in the beginning, and I thought it was a good machine, but it's just a little underpowered. If it had a turbo, it'd probably be a little bit faster and quicker. But
really, it doesn't have a turbo?
No, no turbo.
Even my mini has a turbo. Does your mini have one?
It has turbo, yeah.
That's so weird. So if you had to start over again, would you buy the tiny equipment first or the big equipment first?
Nowadays, since all these homes are coming in track homes, I'd probably buy this minier stuff first. I almost want a smaller excavator.
Really? So that would make sense. You can sell this one and get a smaller one because you still have the big boy.
Yeah, but I rarely use that big one for jobs because it's too heavy. It'll break concrete. It'll break driveways. So
Dang.
It's better to have the smaller ones.
Oh man, yeah, that's a bad deal, breaking someone's concrete and you're only out there making a few $100. Yeah, that's not worth it. So I'm playing this game on a way lower scale. Like my most expensive machine is $40,000, which is the mini Skidsteer. And what's your most expensive machine?
The SVL 97 to $103,000.
103? And how much was the full-size excavator?
That was $96,000.
Is that like before tax or after tax?
That's after. That's
okay.
deal.
So that's 200 grand for 2 pieces of equipment. That is a ton of money. And I mean, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but you guys are probably loaded, but I'm not loaded. This guy's clearly not loaded because he financed it, which is right, you know, because he writes it off on his business and he used it to make money. But it's like, dang, 200 grand, man. That's like a house in a lot of the areas. I don't know where you guys live, but let's say you live on the countryside, not in California. That's a house right there. And that's only 2 machines for him, just in payments, not counting all the fuel, all the trailers he needs to use to transport them, the new truck to haul it around to be reliable. I'm thinking about getting a new truck myself. And I'm like contemplating, but I need it because like if my old truck breaks down, which one already has, so instead of 2 trucks, I only have 1 running, and if the other one breaks, I'm really in trouble because I'm not as mechanically inclined as this guy right here. He'll fix it overnight. He's crazy. He'll stay up all night fixing his equipment and go to work the next morning. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. But me, I personally can't do that because I don't know what I'm doing like mechanically and all these things, because I didn't grow up playing around like him. Did you grow up around equipment, man?
I did not, actually. My dad was a half-time mechanic, and then he did parts, so I've kind of learned most of this on my own.
Dang, that's impressive. So, I mean, you heard it from him, man. It's like, you can learn anything off YouTube. Did you learn everything off YouTube?
Not everything, but sometimes, you know, I have to go through there for different items.
Yeah. I personally, I mean, I'm changing brakes on a car, and it's pretty basic stuff. I'll watch a YouTube video before, or even an oil change, just because like I don't want to second guess myself. I want to see a professional do it and like learn. You probably don't even check anymore, huh? You're like, oh, it's oil.
I just do it myself. I need to put the filter on there and add oil, make sure it's level.
So someone just came to his house to buy an engine, and that's why that Mini's gonna come in clutch, because it's like, he doesn't have to drive a massive machine in here. He just puts on forks on that thing. We'll come, get it straight with the pallet forks, put it right in this guy's truck. Like, it's nice having equipment because, like, see, you're able to do so many side hustles. Without the equipment, it's definitely harder because you're not going to be picking up these engines by hand. You know, he straps them down, lifts them out of the boats, and that's how he makes, like, extra money to help pay for his, like, bills and all this equipment payments and all that. I mean, the dude is grinding. Like, you can't just have all the stuff going on and you're not grinding. Like, you straight up have to hustle because, I mean, 15 grand a month, that's no joke. If you do the math, that's work. If you got to make at least 500 bucks a day clean to break even, and you have to work 30 days a month, which is crazy. You can't work every day. You'll burn yourself out. Look at that man. Look at him. But he's about to make like 700 bucks. I mean, this is awesome. You know, he picked something up. Yeah, you know, obviously you have to put, you know, time in it and know how to do all this stuff and know how to test it, because if it's bad, you know, the guy's gonna bring it back. But he knows how to do all these tests, which is like crazy to me. Man, you need a ton of knowledge to know this stuff. He's a bit tall for this machine though, I'm not gonna lie. But, hey, you're a bit tall for this thing, huh? And he doesn't even use straps when he puts them on pallets. He like screws them in like with these metal things. Pretty unique. I haven't seen that before, but it's really smart. I like the orange on this thing though, man. Orange, yellow, it pops. Bobcat uses white, but I feel like the orange and yellow, nicer colors on equipment. So I just hopped on this thing for the first time, not even asking him how to use the controls. But man, I can tell this thing is jerky compared to my whacker. It's a little complicated. I was like, oh no, I don't want to hit the Harley. Scared me a little bit, but it's pretty easy to use. I mean, common sense. Once you use one, I mean, sideways, forward, backwards. I like his throttle a lot nicer than the whacker. I hate my button, keeps breaking. But even this broke on you, huh? Even the manual stuff breaks, man. Sucks. That's part of it. I like that you have this type of controller over here, because it doesn't come on my whacker for the grapple, but it comes on the SM120s. So it's pretty cool that you have it, like on the 1000.
I don't want to have to use the second hand or third hand.
I know, it's so nice, because like me, I always have to like let off and tighten the grapple when I'm going, because when I'm like grabbing like heavy logs, like if I don't tighten my grapple, I'm gonna lose the log. So I gotta like remove my hand while I'm still backing up and like pushing on the grapple to tighten it tighter and tighter. But that's only like really when it's I'm grabbing a log I shouldn't be grabbing. You know what I like about my whacker though? I have like the radiator away from the operator, so it's not blowing heat towards me, but I bet that's blowing a lot of heat towards you in the summer, huh?
You know, I don't think it does, actually. I don't remember
Really?
it getting hot right there.
Interesting. Where does all the heat go? Because I've ran the Vermeer, and yeah, it comes towards you.
Yeah, I haven't gotten hot while running it right there. Otherwise, that'd have been a complaint I would have wrote down.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Because like the dealer told me that like only Whacker has it away from the operator. Maybe some other companies do it too, but like he told me like Ditch Witch, Kubota, Bobcat, like the heat comes towards the operator, which sucks. It's like, especially when it's hot. You know, if it's cold, it's nice, but if it's hot.
Yeah, I haven't experienced a problem with that yet. I do have metal.
Uh-huh.
And that's just so much easier to have a spring and rubber on top.
Yeah, mine is metal. Dude, I smack myself so much like on mine over here. Have you?
I've hit my knee on that, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, but... And then you've hit your hand on this too, right? Crushed it?
I haven't, no.
No? I thought you said you did. Like you were running it and crushed your hand.
No, nothing.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I like the joystick though way more than this because I don't want to like this. I like...
Hand, two-finger thing.
No, because the joystick is like, you know, you're just playing around like... But like this, you have to twist it.
Right.
But it's pretty nice. I like... You start this with a code, right?
Yeah.
So that's nice because like for me, I always have to like make sure I have a key on me. One time I had it on a job site, I forgot the key, bro. I had to go back. It was like 30 minutes away. I'm like, no, because I swapped trucks. And it was when my Ford broke down. Like I blew a fuel line. I left the key in the Ford because I didn't want to leave it on the job site with the key. And when I went back with my Dodge, I'm like, no, the key is in the Ford and I'm with the Dodge. It was such a pain, but it happens. It's nice to have that code, I guess.
You can always hide a key somewhere, right?
Yeah, I guess that's also true. I need to look into that. But this thing rolls a lot of coal, guys. Mine doesn't. When you rev this thing up, it just goes whoosh, coal everywhere.
9.5.
So his machine is the wide track. My whacker isn't. So this has 9.5 wide tracks. I think mine's around 7 or so. But the SM120 has the wide tracks. And I wish I had wide tracks because like you can do so much more than what you can do, and you do probably barely any damage, if any, on grass, right?
Right. It doesn't. As long as you're not just sitting there spinning, it's not really going to damage the grass.
Yeah, the whacker is pretty good too. It doesn't like destroy it, but like I wish I had the wide track because it would do even less damage. And the SM120, they have them, and I wish I would have gone it because for like $5 grand, man, like the payment would be like almost no difference, you know, just a few couple bucks here. But I would be able to do so much more, and they like lift 1,200 pounds from factory. I had to pay like $1,000 for the weigh kit, and I could have avoided that, and pretty much it'd be like a what, $3,000-$4,000 difference instead of, you know, buying the stuff and still not having what a SM120 does. But reality, I mean, the engine is the same size on the 100 and the 120. Why did you go with the F450 instead of like a 350 or a 250?
Well, when I bought this, it was COVID season, so you get what you get. And my buddy and I ran up to the dealer, and this just got onto the lot. I said, all right, I'm walking away with that. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Did you put this bumper?
I did. I put that bumper on there.
You didn't weld it together yourself, did you?
No.
Okay, I'm about to say, you look like you'd do something like that. And then you have a hot wire running. Oh, even to the front, huh?
Yeah, hot wire front, back, and then the
Dude, that's cool. So do you have one on each battery or something?
I think the right one is for the right battery and the other one's for the left battery.
Yeah, I have it on my Ford running just to the back, but that's cool. I didn't see that. And then did you have to buy that winch separately, or it came with the bumper?
The winch was separate. I actually bought that from Marketplace for $200. Bought the motor for $300, and I bought the electrical box for $300, and then the power cable, or the actual cable here, was $175.
Dang.
And it was cheaper to buy it like that than it was to buy it complete because it's $2,300 winch.
$2,300 winch. I mean,
It's a 16.5 winch right there.
yeah, you're not playing around. You need a big boy winch because you got big machines of something. But yeah, it's a 6.7, big boy tires on it. And he had to put this flatbed on it because it didn't come with it. How much did this flatbed cost you?
I think the bed was about $7,500 installed.
$7,500. See, that's a lot of money. Like, really, the dealer in Georgia, Aikens Ford or something, they sell them built already with these things on. I don't think they do that here, really, right?
I think you usually buy a cab and chassis, and then you pick what kind of box you want to put on it.
Yeah, but you got a good deal on this thing, right? How much was it?
I think after everything, it was $78,000.
78,000. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a 6.7 Cummins, and it's like $84,000 out the door and it's a 2,500. This is a 450. It just makes no sense. Like, honestly, it's really dumb because you could get a 350 dually cheaper than you can get a 2,500. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, the 2,500s are really sought after, but it's got def, so that sucks, right?
I mean, you could delete it, but I run with the DOT, so they can inspect it at any time, and if they find that's not on there, then it's going to be a fat fine and red flag, and I don't need to deal with all that.
Yeah.
Still has a warranty for another 30,000 miles.
Yeah, and you said that you don't think you're going to have issues with the def because you actually use this truck, huh?
Yeah, I use the crap out of this truck, so it's always, you know, pedal to metal. It's always hauling something, so it shouldn't have too much black soot in all the EGR system of it, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, this dump trailer was loaded down with dirt, and it wouldn't lift. So, I mean, this truck is working, and it's got exhaust brake, brake controller built in. It's cool. I like that all the stuff comes with it, and you don't have to have like a janky setup running wires and all that, you know? It's a cool truck, man. It's a cool truck. Definitely a workhorse. And you got a big gas tank with you, right?
Yeah, I put that on there separately.
And how much was that?
That was almost $1,900, I think, just for that tank.
Dang.
I wanted something custom, so the actual pump would not be in the view of the turn signals. Because if it was higher, it would be blocking the turn signals.
Do you mostly use that for your equipment to fill it up on job sites or your truck?
Mainly the equipment.
Mainly the equipment. But does the tank actually connect to your actual tank? No?
No,
Okay.
Just in case I ever decide to put red dye in there or something, I don't want to have it to mix with the truck.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's cool. I really like how you have all these lights up here. Like, you can just turn them on and it's nice. I like this guard. I really do.
I have just pretty much all my maintenance items, generators, oils, coolants, foot filters, everything I need for the equipment is in this box here. Anything I need for fire hydrants and fire suppression, I've got it there. I've got tires for trailers, I've got DEF fluid. Everything I use just goes in here.
Dude, that's crazy. You got like everything you can think of. Like, I don't think you don't have something. If you need to fix something or put a fire out, you got it all. That's crazy, man. Like, I can't even think about the cost to have all this stuff. Like, this DEF right here is probably like $400 alone, huh?
That was a couple hundred, I think.
Man, this is crazy. So, have you ever got inspected having like all this junk, but not really junk, all these boats, tools, you know, ATVs, I know that's a toy, lawnmower, and then like, you know, full-size kids and all that around. I know you don't have much right now, but it's like, has the city come out?
The city came out once, but they don't really care about anything that's on a trailer. Like, you could have 30 boats out here, they wouldn't care. They only care about if it was sitting on the ground or like this kind of stuff. They call it a contractor storage yard, and then they start complaining. But, you know, if I just pick it up and move it in the container, it's not a big deal. But they have had to come out, I think, once, and that's it.
And what'd you have to do?
I pretty much just got rid of all the actual junk that I had here, and then everything else I moved to a different property, and then when they were done, I brought it all back.
I mean, that's the stuff you got to do, man. It's like people just can't mind their own business. Like, you got big fences everywhere. I mean, you got storage containers shop, another like carport built or whatever, you know. It's like a lot of your stuff is hidden, but you can't keep everything hidden. I mean, that'd just be way too much, right?
Yeah, I mean, I built both of these fences. I built this one right after I got complained on.
Really?
So I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Were those neighbors complaining?
No, he was over there. The inspector was over there taking pictures of her stuff, and my neighbor had like 40 boats over here. And he took pictures of that, and then he saw me running my tractor out here, took pictures of me. So then after I got everything squared away, I built that fence like a week later.
See, you bought this tarp over here. Do you regret it? Like, why is it sitting? Why didn't you install it already? Like, how long ago did you buy it?
It's probably been sitting there for about 3-4 months, and it's just the time it's going to take to install it. I just haven't felt like doing it.
Yeah.
And I still need to use the trailer, so eventually it'll get done. I figured to get done during the rainy season. I was wrong. It's still sitting here.
Because you had flooding issues, huh?
I had flooding issues. I had other things I was working on, getting things ready, picking up junk boats and working on my ambulance.
What were you saying about the Diamond C trailer? You said you would have rather buy a Diamond C?
When I went to buy the Big Tex, they had a Diamond C there also, but it was a little lower. It sat lower than this one by like 6 inches, it looked like. It had toolboxes, hydraulic jacks, and it had a tarp system already installed for $51,000. So it's 20 grand more than what I paid for that. and I should have bought that
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have had to do all this.
I mean, this stuff still costs money. How much was this?
That was $700 for all that, and that's only some of the stuff that I have.
You're like rolling ops doing that homemade build. You did this and his like tarp flew off driving, bent the whole system. But
I saw the video. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna buy the right stuff and then build it.
yeah, I mean, once I saw him doing that stuff, I was like, dang. I mean, I guess, but it's like, and then it broke. I felt bad for him because it's like he spent like a day doing it and money, and then ended up damaging his tarp even more. So he's like worse off, you know. And that's how it would be sometimes. Like we make calls and then we got to pay for him. Like he thought he's gonna save money, like doing it himself instead of buying a whole system or like paying the dealer to get it. And he spent the day buying stuff, and he's worse off because he bent his stock one. It's crazy, man. But it be like that. So I really like what he has going on over here. Like he's got a big property around 2 to 3 acres, right? How much is it? 2 acres or 3?
Just 2.5.
2.5, okay. And look at this. He has like special dumpsters. Like this is so cool because what he can do is like he can separate metals or, you know, put trash, and he puts them all over his property, and then like he fills them up and then puts them on the full-size skid and picks them up and dumps them in his big dump trailer and hauls it out to the dump. Or it's cool because you can separate metals, and then you don't have to separate it at the dump. Like let's say you have copper in one, aluminum in one, and all that, you know, regular metal in that big one, let's say, and you can just slap all these on the flatbed and you go to the scrapyard and you're not out there looking through your whole trailer, right?
Right.
Like this is so cool. How much did this stuff cost you?
I mean, each one had a different price, but these two were the cheapest ones that I paid for out of all of them. I paid $200 for this, paid $200 for that. I paid like almost $1,000 for both of those.
What? 200 for those?
Yeah, when I saw that one for $200, I was like, I have to get that. It's $200. That's like a $5,000 box.
5,000? You got it for 200, bro. That's a deal. I can't believe you paid 200 for this. This is so cool, man. That is a deal. Sucks it's a bit high off the ground though because you got the rollers, huh?
Yeah.
So really, you don't need the rollers, huh?
I don't need them. I could take them off, but I just leave them out higher.
Yeah, but man, $1,000 a piece.
And they were 5 something. I had to buy them from Barn on auction. I found those before I found these, and then I found these ones. I was like, oh man.
Of course, huh? That's how it be though. Like you're like you can't find this, or you're like I'm just gonna buy a new. You buy a new, and then you find the deal of your life. But man, these are tiny compared to that. $1,000.
Yeah, I mainly use those ones for like aluminum or alloy kind of metals.
Yeah, it sucks, man, because I saw you were demoing like 1 million cars and everything out here like what, a month ago or so, and I come to Cali and you already got rid of all the scrap.
Yeah, I got rid of everything. Everything had to go. I can only have things here for like a month, and then I just get tired of looking at it. It's got to go.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't make money, it's got to go, and that's the right way to do it. You know, you don't want to just store all this junk and say I'm gonna use it one day, and then you know you never use it and it's just sitting. Yeah. Got to make money. So if it's not making money, it's got to go. This guy's funny. I was asking him like, how come you don't just drill a hole at the bottom so it doesn't collect water? He's like, well, I'm trying to grow mosquitoes. Like, what the heck, man? That's crazy.
Bring on the West Nile.
Yeah, but this one's rusted out.
Yeah, I mean, it's $200. What do you expect? This one just gets like sheet metal or steel in it. So
but I mean, you could fix this super easy, right?
I could just put sheet metal on it, but it ain't worth it. I just leave it at
until it breaks. So
then I'll fix it if I have.
Do you think you could build this yourself?
I mean, if I had all the material, probably, yeah.
How much would it cost to build it, do you think?
I think it costs more to build it than it would just to buy it because steel prices are pretty high.
Yeah, but they don't pay a scrapping up. But they want like $1 million when you buy a new.
I mean, just sheet steel is expensive. It's like $500 for some sheet steel.
Yeah. Yep. So whenever he stores this with trash, this is pretty smart because he just unpins this once he raises it up in the air, and then it just kind of dumps, right?
Yeah, the whole thing just tips forward. And I have the chain on there, so I just hook it to the forks so it doesn't slide off the forks and end up in the dump trailer.
Yeah, that's really smart, man. I like how you like come up with all these ways to run so efficiently. Like a lot of people are like, man, that doesn't make sense, you know, but to you it makes sense. Kind of like some people like me, why am I not running around with roll-off dumpsters, and I have, you know, I'm about to get 3 dump trailers and I could buy 1 trailer, have 3 cans, but I'm like, I don't know, man. To me, like, my niche is dump trailers. You know, I don't want to drop a can on metal, on concrete. You know, yeah, you can put, you know, sticks and all that, but you can fit a dump trailer anywhere. You can't put a roll-off anywhere, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're limited on space, so you can either put a dump trailer there, or you're just gonna leave. You just probably can't put a box there sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had a job that the guy hired me because I had a dump trailer because he couldn't get a roll-off dumpster dropped off. And it's like, see, that's why I want to stick to dump trailers, because I can use them anywhere, but you can't use roll-offs everywhere, you know what I mean?
There's one video, one guy was complaining, like, you can't call them dumpsters, they're not dumpsters. You have dumpsters on the ground, and this is a dump trailer, it's different. I was like, who cares?
For real, man, I see those too, and it's true. It's like, bro, as long as it can hold trash, it's a dumpster. Like, they're gonna be like, oh, this is not a dumpster, what are you talking about? But in reality, does it hold trash? Yes, it's a dumpster. I mean, it's a mini dumpster. I mean, you could probably like have a business made out of these, haul them around and move them around with a skid steer. Won't be efficient, but like, you know, you could drop them on commercial sites and all that. Yeah, or like, you know, shops, like they don't scrap because it doesn't make sense to them. But imagine you drop off, you know, a bin on every corner, let's say a big old lot, and you have a bin everywhere, they fill them up, and then you come with your full-size skid and just dump all the metal into your big old dump trailer, go scrap it. And it's like, it can make money. Is it going to be efficiently? Probably not. But like, you know, if people would actually use them, like you can make a couple grand a month if it's obviously a busy like spot.
Right. Yeah, they call these dump hoppers because they dump, and I don't know why they call them hoppers, but that's just what they call them.
So I see that most of the time you're running like 4-in-1 buckets, and I know a guy that bought a Hydra bucket with a bucket at the same time, so he only needs one. And I guess it's pretty small, right?
I mean, I like the 4-in-1 bucket. I basically use those on every job. That in a grapple bucket. The 4-in-1 bucket, the combo bucket, just so much. It's so versatile. You can use it on everything. It makes my job more efficient. And you know, certain buckets are better than others. This bucket I wouldn't recommend selling. It's a Spartan bucket. There's a gap here when you close it, and if you have sand, it'll just kind of go right out. So I need to cut and weld a little bit, make it a little more tighter of a fit, but it's not the greatest bucket. It even came dented when I bought it.
I hope they gave you some money back for that.
I didn't even say anything. It is what it is.
This is how they make their money off people like you not caring. You know, because in reality, that's a big deal. They're going to give you a couple $100 back. You know, how much was this bucket?
It's about $2,000 bucket almost, I think.
$2,000, bro, and it came dented and you didn't say anything? Spartan equipment is lacking. But at the same time, they didn't know. I wish I had all these attachments, man, but they're just so expensive. Like, what do you think?
I mean, have you priced out one of these buckets yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I looked online. It's pretty much around the $2,000 ballpark. It's just like so expensive. Like, if you buy a bucket and all these attachments and you have like 1 million of each, it's just expensive, man. I don't know how you do it, bro. You got like 50 attachments laying around.
It's crazy how they charge you $2,000 for something this small and then charge you almost the same price for the bigger one. It's like, it's less metal. Why is it more expensive?
Bro, I know. When I was buying my auger, I was looking on, you know, Facebook Marketplace. I couldn't find any used augers for a mini skid. So I bought a new one. But like, I was looking and the minis were like $3,000 new. And the full size were $1,500, $2,000, $1,200, brand new with bits. I'm like, bro, how does this make sense? It's a full size skid and I got a mini and I got to pay more? Right. Like, what? It's crazy. How much does the 4-in-1 cost for your full size?
My full size was almost $6,000 now.
Oh, $6,000. Okay, so I guess it's a big difference on the big boys.
I mean, the prices have definitely gone up a lot more.
Yeah.
But that's only because COVID made everything go up in price.
Do you like this stump bucket?
Before I had an excavator, that was my excavator. So I would dig trenches with it. I would rip stumps out of it, trees, logs. That comes in hand for concrete. Like, I could pick up a 8-foot slab of concrete almost and just put it right in the trailer in one piece. So I don't have to use the jackhammer, just pick it up with that.
And this ripper is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I've got that ripper and I've got the other one. It's around here somewhere. I got one for both excavators, but I need the exit sitting right there. I've never used it because it's got the KX161 or something like that, different ears on it, so I need to cut the ears off and weld them on. But the rippers, I rip cars apart with them.
Really?
Just to have fun, just rip the motor out of it with the ripper.
Hey, if it's going to the junkyard, why does it matter? Or scrapyard, I should say. So check out this attachment right here. He's got an auger made by Cat. trencher made by Cat. Like, this is some heavy duty stuff. They got steps on them. I've never seen this before. He doesn't really use it, so it's obviously buried in grass. Come on, man. This is like probably $10,000 right there. And then the other one, the Cat Brush Hog, 20 grand. How did you get all this stuff for free?
Well, I was working for a contractor, and he bought a Cat 299D. He bought a what was it, a Cat 306, and they brought this trencher. They brought it to his property. Except for the trencher, they brought the trencher here. He let me borrow the tractors, and I brought them here. I had them for about a month, and then they got repoed, but they left the attachments because they were back here. So I called and I asked, hey, what's going on with these attachments? They said, Cat wrote them off. Do whatever you want. I was like, oh. So I did whatever I want. I left them where they were.
And then didn't you say that, like, the guy, Cat, sold him another excavator after? Like,
he ended up getting another Cat 299D and a 308 this time, and did the same thing. He got a trencher, but I don't have it here. It's got repoed somewhere else. So, but he gave me the auger because they took the equipment. He said, hey, do this small job and take the auger in trade.
And it's like, I can't believe they like let him finance all this stuff again, because it's not cheap after he just got repoed. It's crazy, man. Like, but I guess Cat's got money. They're like, we're gonna take the risk on him again. And yeah, definitely didn't pay off.
Yeah. The other thing about the equipment is he owed me $3,800 from a job, and I was like, man, I want my money. And I started looking at the prices of these attachments. I was like, oh, you just keep the money.
He's like, you just keep the money. This is 40 grand right here almost. So I'm like, I'll take this.
Yeah, I'd rather have the attachments.
I mean, 3,800 compared to close to 40, you know, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you could sell one attachment for more than what he owes you.
Pretty much.
Bro, why on earth do you have an ambulance at home?
Well, I pick up free stuff, and this is one of those free items. I picked this up from Terran Noah Smith. He used to play Mark Taylor on the Home Improvement show back in the 90s.
What? Really? Some actor?
Yep.
What? What city was it?
This I picked out in the Bay Area. He moved on to bigger, better things, and he left it for his dad, and he said, just give it to somebody. He called a friend of mine, and a friend called me and said, hey, do you want this? I said, what is it? And he sent me an ambulance. I said, how much? He said, it's free. Come get it. So I went out and got it.
Bro, that's a win. That's some money right here, right?
I could probably get 10 grand for it, maybe.
10 grand? Is it unlocked?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And you got the keys. Batteries charged up. You be running it, huh?
Yeah, everything works out. Light siren.
Hey, you're not a first responder by any chance. On the side, huh? Now I know how you pay for everything. Homie's first responding. Pick someone up, drives them to the hospital. What's the bill? $10,000. $5 in fuel. This is sick.
Everything's fully functional on it, except for the side lights.
Dude, that's crazy. This is crazy. That was loud, bro. Knocking. I hear it knocking already. Is that true knock?
It's diesel, so they always make that sound.
Hey, my whacker knocks too. It does the same thing. Like the whole car, like the engine shakes. I don't know why. Like the plates, like the engine mounts suck, I guess. Everyone's having that issue with them. They like shake. Sounds like it's knocking when you start it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bro, what the heck? That's crazy. And all this was working?
Yeah, everything was working.
And he said free? Man, people that have money, they just don't care. Once, you know, like this is junk to him, but in reality, this is not junk. It costs money to somebody. Like, if you put this on, you know, an auction, there'd be a bidding war for this thing. It's like, holy crap, I want this, you know?
I was going to try to convert it into an RV, so it's already got a sink in it, but it just needs other utilities in it.
Really? Nice. Yeah, it's a nice box, dude, and the paint's not bad at all.
It's pretty clean.
You didn't paint this, did you?
No, I got it.
This thing is clean. Well, looks new, too. What year is it?
It's 2005.
2005, man. They maintained it. Like, this is some nice paint. Alright guys, if you guys enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out John's channel with Peyton Land Management. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!